Yo, Stormer, what's up?
Hey, Holokai.
What you doing over spring break? Are you gonna go on vacation, or are you staying home? Or what are you doing?
No, I'm not doing any of those things. I'm making bunny muffins.
What?
Yeah.
Bunny muffins? What's that all about?
Well, Chef Josh has a great recipe.
Chef Josh? You mean Ruby's dad, Chef Josh?
Yeah.
The Titan game, Chef Josh?
Yes.
Go Buddha, Chef Josh?
That's right.
Executive chef for the Indian, Chef Josh?
Yes. Ruby's dad, Chef Josh, he wrote a book. It's a little picture book called Bunny Muffins. Has great illustrations in it. It also is a recipe book.
No way.
Yes, that's right. And he gave me all the ingredients in this brown bag, everything I needed, except, I need a stove at home and 2 eggs and a bowl and a spoon to mix it up. Yeah, that's it. That's it right
That's
there.
what's in this brown bag?
That's right. Everything you need.
Oh yeah, look. There's a copy of Bunny Muffins in here. There's a recipe. We've got all the ingredients, and even a little muffin tin in the muffin liners.
Yeah. So you're gonna make muffins over spring break, right?
Oh yeah, I am so doing it. I'm psyched about it. Although I am a little bit nervous because I haven't made muffins in a long time, and I'm just worried I might mess it up.
I felt the same way, but Chef Josh had a Zoom call with me and Mr. Crawford, and we made we made the muffins together. Principal Crawford was there, and Ruby's mom, and Ruby and Max made the muffins too. So if Ruby and Max can make muffins, you can do it.
I could do it. Yeah. Can you send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send you the link to the video. Just make sure as you're doing it to take some pictures, maybe some of you mixing up, maybe some of the ingredients, and especially of the finished muffins. I want to see how your muffins look.
All right, absolutely. I will do that. And then should I send you the pictures and videos to like Seesaw or Remind or an email?
Either one of those 3 would be fine. Just give me the pictures and so we can share them out with everybody else.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. Woo-hoo!
All right. Happy baking. Good luck, Holokai.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for having us. I'm so excited to be able to share this recipe book. And, throughout my years as a chef, really trying to connect the dots between food and families, knowing just how healthy it is to get in that kitchen and just start scooping stuff and throwing things in the oven. It's just it's a fun activity. It's hands-on. And that's kind of where it started, where I was actually doing a fitness program for inner city youth, and connected with a workout scenario where they were actually earning the food that they're eating. And at the end, what we realized is that they need more of this, right? More tools, more interaction to be able to get into that kitchen. Where nowadays we're moving so fast in life that we don't always have the time to just stop and make something together. We're usually buying something really quickly. So it gave me the inspiration to write my first cookbook. It's a small one, but it's a step-by-step, and it's kind of like that hero's journey where this crew, this motley crew, right, has found a mouse family, and they're looking to feed them. So together, they're going to be making, and actually for us together, we're going to be making bunny muffins, which is a healthy, wholesome muffin recipe. And as the book will take you page by page through the steps, it will give you a heads up when to turn that oven on and when to kind of move forward. So it's always nice to kind of start with that first page, and you'll see the list of ingredients right here. And then, so what we do is we mise en place things out, and as you'll see in the book, it'll explain what that term is. But it's kind of a way of measuring at the very beginning, just making sure that, one, we've got everything ready so we can officially put this recipe together. The fun part about this is that we want to do this, every Sunday. We have pancake day actually at the house. It's just a fun opportunity for us to make whatever kind of pancakes we were thinking of for the week, but also symbolize that we're home together, spending time together. So I've given you chef's options right here. And if you follow the options, you can mix and match, and every single time you do the recipe, it can be a brand new muffin. So that's kind of a fun one right there.
So that'll be exciting. I'm encouraging dads and grandpas or uncles, maybe some other men in the family, to get in the kitchen with the preschoolers and mix it up. I know moms can do it too, but look at Mr. Crawford. He's running his kitchen. Have you ever made muffins before, Mr. Crawford? No. I've not made muffins either, I don't think. So this will be a first time for me. Chef Josh, let's get into it.
All right. Bunny Muffins was written by executive chef Dad, right? Josh Ingraham, and we collaborated with an illustrator. Her name was Embla. She did an excellent job. All right, first page. So we get our ingredients from our grocery list all together on our counter. Looking at the pantry, it's kind of fun when you see all those whole foods and cooking. And if, as the kids, they kind of point out what they think things look like. Where's the flour, Ruby? Yes, good job. Where's the eggs, Max? You got it. Where's the eggs? Yes. Product identification is so important. At this age where they create like a really positive relationship with food, when they know what the eggplant looks like and the avocado, it makes it easier for them to try it later on, right? All right, here we go. Hey friends, look, there's a mouse family huddling under the tree, and it looks to me like they're very hungry. Let's save the day and bake away something wholesome and nice to feed this little family of mice. Guys, we're gonna have to start cooking this mice family. They look pretty hungry right now. First, we must wash all of our paws and put together our mise en place. This is a French term to say our ingredients are all together and we can cook away. So first we gotta wash our hands, right guys? Which we did right before we sat down on soap and water. And we said happy birthday, right? And we got our mise en place together, so you see everything's kind of measured out in front of us, just ready to go. Now grate the carrots into a cup, higher and higher until you fill it up. Then half again with all those vitamins. These are going to be some healthy muffins. Place the carrots not too far aside, and we'll get back to them by and by. Okay, we're going to move the carrots. We just got done grating them. Okay, that's going to give us some space to keep moving on. What's next? In a big bowl, combine the flour. There's whole wheat, unbleached, and even some baking powder. Don't forget, just like the squirrel friend Rhoda, to make sure you add that magical baking soda. We had Rhoda represents Rhode Island, so all the characters have a name for a reason. And we used to live in Rhode Island together. Yeah. Let's make these muffins a little salty and sweet with a half teaspoon of salt and pile of brown sugar packed of all needs. This will be when you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So by the end of this book, we can get up and cook to finally enjoy these tasty carrot muffins. Time to add the warm cinnamon spice, a pinch of nutmeg, and even a dash of ginger would be nice. Now Chase McMeow, our curious yellow kitten, will mix it all together with his clean little mitten. In another bowl with a whisk and a flew and a whoosh and a woo, let's beat those eggs into more than two. We'll add the buttermilk and finally applesauce. Now show those eggs just who's the boss. Fold the dry into the wet, turning the bowl as we combine the rest. And then we'll be at the final step. Wait! Where are the carrots? Where did we put the carrots? We found them. They were still sitting in the front of the book. Let's fold them in and begin to cook. Everything has been mixed and we're almost there. Our oven is hot. We fill the tins and into the oven they go. Hooray! It's almost time for bunny muffins. The smell that's in the air of sweet cinnamon and muffins everywhere. Good job, little one, for this cooking feat. It's time we fed our friends this carrot treat. Hopefully we've learned how rewarding giving can be and how much our muffins can actually mean. Before our heroes can continue their quest, we must clean up this mess. The end. The end. Thank you, guys. Grating the carrots actually helps increase the moisture. Right? If we buy them shredded, they're pretty dried out. And so we want moist carrots, moist muffins. So we've grated 1.5 cups. You can see by volume, it's quite a bit. So who wants to put the carrots into the bowl? And because this is a quick bread, we can just kind of step by step, combine as the pages tell us to. So there's no, it's not waiting for things to rise. It's just it's a pretty easy one. Just kind of throw it all in the bowl, not mix too much because the wheat flours, right? They have gluten, and so the more we mix, the more gluten you have a really tough muffin. So that's why we always use the folding technique. As you'll see, we have a spatula here, which would be nice for us to kind of fold it. All right, so our carrots are in the bowl, everybody.
I'm putting it up.
Now we're gonna add the flour. We've got whole wheat flour and then unbleached. So the difference we want to, you can always do all of the unbleached if you want. Of course, the whole flour just adds a little bit more of the bran, the fiber, so it makes it a little healthier for our body to digest. There's good fibers. There's quick fibers. There's insoluble fibers. It's kind of fun when you bake a potato and then the next day it looks good. There's called a thing called resistant starches. So like the baked potato is actually better for you on the second day. Kind of crazy. But there's because that brain's still with the whole wheat. If you just did 100% whole wheat, it'd be a very dense muffin, which is why we split it in half with the regular. So now the next step is going to be the AP flour, or just your regular white flour. We like unbleached because again, it's just really not necessary to have bleached flour. That's just another technique for marketing, basically. White flour, white cake. There's really no reason for it other than it looks aesthetically pleasing. So we've got our flours, and then we're going to combine our baking powders. So our baking powder, baking soda, those are our bicarbonates. Those are going to be what's, the baking powder is actually baking soda with cornstarch. And the cornstarch, what that does is allow it to extend its reach a little bit. The baking soda, as you guys know, with a volcano test, once it hits a liquid, it just starts to go. And that is your leavening agent right there. But because the cornstarch with the baking powder, it actually delays that process. So when you combine them, the baking soda gives you a quick little lift, and the baking powder will actually activate in the oven. So we scale those out, our baking powder and baking sodas. And we're gonna put those in as well. Again, no liquid yet, so it's okay to combine, because once you activate that gluten with the liquid, that's when we want to be very gentle with our folding. So everything's being evenly distributed, very good. Next, we want to make a little salt and a little sweet, right? So we're going to add our salts that we scaled out. Go ahead and add the salt.
That's so white.
Yeah. Is it sticking? No, we got it. And then we're going to add our brown sugar. I like brown sugar.
You can use
Put a molasses on it. Yeah. You could use any sugar. Then mix that up. We're doing a good job. Now we're going to preheat our oven. So our oven, at the beginning, or even right now, 350 degrees. That's pretty standard. We've got a convection oven here, so it's going to probably move a little bit quicker. Well, we might turn that down to like 325, just because again, convection with the air, it's hitting in all angles, where a conventional oven at the house really kind of just radiates heat from here to the bottom. And so what that does, it doesn't force the air around, it just kind of hits it all at once. Which is why you require a higher temperature, because the ambient air is really what cooks it, not necessarily the flow of the air. All right, so we've got our brown sugar in. Still all that dry is good, which is really nice. Now we're ready to add our cinnamon spice. Look at that, I rhymed it, you didn't even need to. We've got cinnamon spice and our nutmeg. And put those in.
Let me smell it.
All right, now we're getting ready to add the liquid, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the 2 eggs. So we got 2 eggs that we've cracked. We're going to drop right in the middle. And what we're going to do, before we mix everything, guys, we're going to add the rest of the liquid. We just want to mix those all together. Again, not to over mix. So we got the eggs. Next is the applesauce. We're going to pour the applesauce.
Oh, that's cute. A little cute cup.
A little cute cup. That's what you need. Makes the applesauce taste better, you know that? Okay, then we've got our milk. Buttermilk is nice. If you don't have buttermilk, you can add a little bit of lemon juice to a milk product to make it have that kind of buttermilk taste. We're using oat milk right now if you don't want to use cow milk. All right, now you can definitely start to fold it nice and slowly, right? Keeping everything inside the bowl. Okay. So when we, as the book says, we fold them to dry and we turn the bowl a little bit. So this technique we're going to show you. You're going to hold the side of the bowl. You're going to start right in the middle of the bowl, and then you're just going to fold on top of each other. And then as you continue to kind of rotate the bowl, you just kind of keep folding on top of each other.
They're starting.
You'll see it. Yeah, perfect. That's looking really nice there.
I want to taste it.
And the folding technique, I mean, it's just making you mindful of the folding process, right? So it's not really beating it. And I think we end up, one, making sure that everything hits the bottom of the bowl, because it's always a bummer when you mix a cake or something and then you realize there's still a bunch of dry ingredients in the bottom and you gotta remix it. But it also kind of slows it down a little bit where we can really make sure that once we don't see that dry anymore, we're done. Remember, we don't want to overmix it. At this moment, the baking soda is probably starting to activate, which is nice. So you're going to realize it'll start to be a little bit fluffy, which is perfect. I think it smells good. It looks good.
Ruby has to add chocolate chips.
We're getting to that fun part, the final step. Okay? So the final step is to add any of those optional items at the very beginning of the book. In front of us we have walnuts, really good for brain health. We've got some toasted coconuts, good oils right there. We've got some dried cranberries.
Chocolate.
We've got some chocolates. What are you guys gonna put in the muffins today?
Chocolate.
Are you gonna go with chocolate, huh?
I'm gonna go with the chocolate too, Ruby.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good, huh? Chocolate cranberry would be nice.
You tried chocolate cranberry?
Want to do chocolate cranberry?
Uh-huh.
You guys doing a great job.
Now what's next?
You're done. So now we've got our pan with our muffin tins. It's up to you if you like to spray your muffin tins. Sometimes I do.
You gotta fold it in.
We're gonna fold it in a little bit, and then what we're gonna do is scoop.
He's got the scoop.
He's got the scoop. All right. Okay, bud. We're gonna do scooping.
I want to do my horse video game.
Go ahead, bud. Pick it up.
Is that a little scooper you're using to fill up the muffin tin?
A little scooper. Yeah. This one's a 2-ounce scoop, but I like those at home because they kind of clean the scoop free. Definitely, my recommendation is to take it right up to the top of the muffin tins. Unlike a popover or something, it's going to rise a little bit, but because we have got the whole wheat and these are healthier, right, with the applesauce, you want to kind of, again, bring it right up to the top, so big healthy scoop, just so you get that muffin to kind of top over. It's if you don't, it'll just kind of come up, it'll rise a little bit, but you won't get that kind of muffin top.
Yeah, we're gonna put the muffin top.
You gotta have the muffin top. Doing a great job. And once they're all done and the oven's up to temp, you can slide those muffins in for 15 to 20 minutes.
And the blue one.
You'll start to, the best part about this quick bread and just the morning muffins, the mixture keeps for a couple days, which is really nice. And the smell, sometimes you can kind of judge things on the way they look. Like this looks really nice. It's not too loose. It's got some, some strength to it. But once the muffins are ready in the oven, you'll smell them. You'll start to smell in your kitchen. And I think that's kind of a fun thing too. All right. I think it's when we put in like carrots into these muffins. I know it's kind of nostalgic, like carrot cake with the seasonings, which is kind of on purpose too. So it's a pleasing, recognizable taste. But we call it stealth health. Anytime you can put like a zucchini to bread or carrots into something, I think it's a fun way to, kind of sneak in vegetables into their diets. Okay, we're gonna put our muffins in the oven. Go ahead, Chef Emily.